Hello student, good morning one and all. Yesterday I have discussed semiconductor manufacturing process. In this, the major steps we follow: design, wafer preparation, front end process, photolithography, etching, cleaning, thin film, ion implantation, planarization, test and assembly, which is covered back end process. Today we will discuss about fabrication of semiconductor devices. Semiconductor devices will follow two phases of integrated circuits can be involved two major steps. One is front end, second is back end. Front end covered manufacturing of wafer fabrication. Second step, wafer probing. These are covered in front end. Now we comes to the back end. In the back end, assembly and final testing. Semiconductor manufacturing process involve basic fundamental processing steps. One is silicon manufacturing. In this, we follow three steps: Jaworski method, wafer fabrication, crystal structure. Second, photolithography. Photolithography also contains three steps: photoresist, photomask, and reticles and patterning. Third, oxide growth and removal. It contains four basic steps. One, oxide growth and deposition. Second, oxide removal. Third, other effects. Fourth, local oxidation. Now comes to the fourth step, diffusion and ion implantation. It contains three basic steps. One, diffusion. Second, other effects. Third, ion implantation. Basically, we describe which type of semiconductor materials are used for manufacturing integrated circuits. Germanium and gallium arsenide present special problem, while silicon has certain specific advantages not available with others. A major advantage of silicon, in addition to its abundant availability in the form of sand or silica, that is, it is possible to form a superior stable oxide SiO2, which is super insulating properties. The starting form of silicon, which manufacturers of devices and integrated circuits use in a circular slice known as wafer. These wafer diameters are very small. Silicon is found in abundance in nature as an oxide in sand and quartz materials. Silicon must be in the form of crystal, very pure, free of defects. The base material for the manufacturing process comes in the form of a single crystal of silicon. The wafer is highly doped materials. One is oxidation layer. The optional steps deposit a thin layer of SiO2 over the complete wafer by exposing into a mixture of high purity oxygen and hydrogen at 1000 degrees centigrade temperature. This oxide layer used as insulation layer. Now step 2, photoresist coating. A light sensitive polymer is applied. It works in two ways: negative photoresist and positive photoresist materials. Negative photoresist material is defined as after exposing ultraviolet light, it becomes insoluble. Similarly, we define positive photoresist material, which is defined as after exposing ultraviolet light, it becomes soluble. Now we comes to the step third, glass masking. Glass mask containing the patterns that we want to transfer into the silicon. Now step 4, acid etching. The material is selectively removal from the area of vapor that not covered by photoresist. Step 5, photoresist removal. A high temperature plasma is used to selectively remove the remaining photoresist without damaging the device. Student, you remember the front end online steps covered wafer fabrication and wafer probing. Similarly, you have seen the back end online process. It covers assembly and testing. Crystal growth, we can use Joraski process. In this, all the atoms are arranged into a single crystal form. Photolithography is the process of introducing patterns or image on the reticles and it transferred to the surface of the vapor. Student, you should remember it. We follow these steps at the manufacturing steps in unit 1 also. Etching is the process of selective removal of regions or area of a semiconductor or metal or silicon dioxide. There are two types of etchings. One is wet and second is dry. In wet etching, the vapors are immersed in a chemical solution at a predetermined temperatures. In this process, the material to be etched or removal equally or you can say uniformly. In dry etching or plasma, the vapors are immersed in a gaseous plasma created by radio frequency electric field applied to a gas such as argon. Electrons are initially released by electric field emission from an electrode. And one more steps used here after etching, cleaning. After this, after etching, you clean the vapor. Hello student, you should remember it also. In the thin film, metallic layer is very thin also. It is used for electric contact. Hello student, you should remember these points. Semiconductor manufacturing process are completed through the design, vapor preparation, front end process, photolithography, etching, cleaning, thin film, ion implantation, planarization, test and assembly. Hello student, you can see these steps in the form of fabrication with the help of black diagram on the blackboard. Just you see, first you take substrate materials. Above this you can deposit SiO2 layer, then deposit photolithography with glass or optical mask material in the presence of UV light. In the photolithic process, the patterns are generated or patterns or images transfer through the silicon vapor. Now we comes doping techniques. What techniques we use in the doping process and what are the need of dopings. First I will explain here what are the needs of doping. The formation of p-n junction and fabrication during the vapor. Ion implantation technique. In this, the atoms are moved forcefully, higher concentration to lower concentration. Now we comes to the diffusion process. In the diffusion process, the atoms are moved higher concentration to lower concentration, in which the temperature required is high. and hard masking SiO2. Now I will share my PPT semiconductor manufacturing process, which I have described already in Blackboard also. For manufacturing process involve fundamental processing steps. 1. Silicon manufacturing. It contains three parts. A. Zoroarsky techniques. B. Wafer manufacturing. C. Crystal structure. Then second step, photolithography. It also contains three steps. A. Photoresist. B. Photomask and reticles. C. Patterning. Now comes to the third step, oxide growth and removal. It also contains four basic steps. A. Oxide growth and deposition. B. Oxide removal. C. Other effects. Fourth, local oxidation. Now comes to the step 4, diffusion and ion implantation technique. A. Diffusion. B. Other effects. C. Ion implantation technique. Crystal growth. Using crystal growth process, we use Zoroarsky technique for making single crystal silicon growth. A solid seed crystal is rotated and slowly ejected from a pool of molten silicon. Require careful control to give crystal desired purity and dimensions. Cylinder of monocrystalline. The silicon cylinder is known as an ingot, where the vapors are coming out. This place is known as ingot. Typical ingot is about 1 or 2 meters in length. Can be sliced into hundreds of smaller circular pieces called wafers. Each wafer yields hundreds or thousands of integrated circuits. Now, fabrication of silicon. Basically, it is available in the form of quartz or silica. Consists of silicon dioxide, that is SiO2. Sand contains many tiny grains of quartz. Silicon can be artificially produced by combining silica and carbon in electric furnace. Gives polycrystalline silicon multitude of crystals. Practical integrated circuits can only be fabricated from single crystal material of silicon. Float zone crystal growth method. This is an alternative technique which can be used for refining or single crystal growth. In this you have seen three major components of the manufacturing stage. Silicon crystal at the bottom layer. RF coil is the centric part of this device and polysilicon ingot is the top surface of this. Wafer preparation, we should remember uniform dimension of the wafer. Now absolute length as per diameter. Now solving into the individual layers. Mechanical lapping of individual wafers. Chemical etching is a mixture of nitric and hydrofluoric acid. Chemical mechanical polishing CMP using a slurry consisting silicon dioxide particles, that is 10 nanometer, is a aqueous solution of NaOH. Wafer manufacturing, you have seen in this slide, silicon crystal is sliced by using diamond saw into thin wafer. Basically you can cut down the wafers from silicon crystal growth or silicon crystal slice. sorted by thickness, damaged wafers removed during lapping, etch wafer in chemical to remove any remaining crystal damage, polishing smooth. After crystal pulling, the bowl is shaped and cut into wafers which are then polished on one side. Hello student, it is very good question from your side. How wafer is polished into one side. Here polish of the wafer is one side because other side is fabricated all wafers on the base. We are using base other materials. We are making, you have seen solar panel. The bottom surface is mounted on the surface of the glass materials which are not transparent. Bottom is not transparent, top surface is transparent which absorb the sunlight. Like this you can polish one side. You have seen vapor identification with doping level. Here we describe N-type and P-type materials. That is, you have seen here N-type variations in the doping level. Similarly, you can see P-type materials with acceptor electrons in outer cells also. You have seen here slice wafers. The chemical mechanical polishing process. You have seen this apparatus, polishing head, polishing plate, wafers, then abrasive cloths. Now photolithography. Photolithography is the technique that is used to define the shape. Shape, you can say, generate the pattern. Photolithography, photoresist. The step in the photolithography process is to develop a mask, or you can say optical mask, which will be typically a chromium pattern on a glass plate. Next, the wafer is then coated with polymer which is sensitive to ultraviolet light, or simply you can say UV light. It is called photoresist. Photoresist materials are two types: positive photoresist materials and negative photoresist materials. Now we comes to the positive photoresist. Decomposes ultraviolet light. The resist is exposed with UV light wherever the underlying material is to be removed. In these resist exposed to UV light changes the chemical structure of the resist so that it becomes more soluble in the developer. Developer means where we develop the integrated circuits. The exposed resist is then washed away by the developer solution, leaving windows of the bare underlying material. The mask therefore contains an exact copy of the pattern which is to remain on the wafer. Basically the patterns are remain on the wafer surface. Now we comes to the negative resist. Exposure to UV light causes the negative resist to become polymerized and more difficult to dissolve. Therefore, the negative resist remains on the surface whenever it is exposed and the developer solution removed. Only the unexposed portion mask used for negative photoresist therefore contain the inverse or photographic negative of the pattern to be transferred. Only negative pat- only negative patterns are transferred on the surface. Student, you can see here photolithography models with different images are shown here. This can be also used in the fabrication of IC or manufacturing of the P or NMOS devices. You have seen in the unit 1 also. Similarly, you can see also again photolithography models. The photoresist is then developed which transfer the pattern on the mask to the photoresist layer, which are shown in this images. You can see a chemical or some other methods is then used to remove the oxide layer where it is exposed to throw out the opening in the resist materials. Finally, the resist is removed, leaving the patterned oxide layer. Here you see photolithography, photomask and reticles. Photomask, this is a square glass plate with a pattern emulsion of metal film on one side. Basically, one side we deposit metal layer. That's why we called it pattern of metal film one side. This mask is aligned with the wafer. On that, the pattern can be transferred onto the wafer surface. Each mask after the first one must be aligned to the previous pattern. Basically, masks are aligned in such a way the patterns are transferred easily. Photolithography, photomask and reticles you have seen in this image also. How can pattern is transferred? Once the mask has been accurately aligned with the pattern on the surface, the photoresist is exposed through the pattern on the mask with a high intensity ultraviolet light. There are three primary exposure methods or techniques: contact, proximity and projection. You have seen in this slide projection and proximity. Photolithography, patterning. The last stage of photolithography is a process called